Привет.
Привет.
Доброе утро.
Доброе утро.
Oh, that's a new one for you. That's good morning. Happy day. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
So today we will finish up with our Russian regions. Okay, let's go ahead and start. We've already covered the core, so let's go ahead and start with our next one. What's our next region that we want to cover? And these are sub-regions of Russia. Yes, let's go ahead and do the southeastern frontier. So again, the Russian core is west of the Urals, and that's the place where most Russians do live. And the southeastern frontier would go along the southern border until we get to the far east. So, and it's below Siberia. So here, roughly here. All right, so we always like to pick out the major characteristics of this region. So what is the main thing? And I'll give you a hint, it has to do with population pattern. Yes, it's a settlement pattern, as the subregion name indicates. Southeastern frontier would be people settling from west to east. And actually, it's also a settlement pattern that's along the southern border. And why would that be? Yeah, it's just a bit warmer. We have that continentality where we've got these frigid Arctic airs blowing from the Arctic Circle. And so it's the farther south you go, the warmer it would be. And so that is our settlement pattern. Now we do have two industrial regions, and remember industrial regions are distinct from the subregions in that the industrial regions are located inside some of the subregions. Now we did have three in the core, so what two industrial regions do we have in this subregion of southeastern frontier?
The Kuzbas region, the Baikal.
Yeah, Kuzbas or Kuznetsk and Baikalia or Baikal. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first one. The first one, Kuzbas or Kuznetsk. One of you brought up a very important thing about complementarity. What was that?
The Kuzbas, they transfer coal to the west to the Urals, and in return, the Urals give them iron ore in return. So it's like basically a trade.
Right, a trade, a swapping. And again, these and here, this is roughly the location. It's sort of triangular with Novosibirsk and Tomsk in this area, sort of in a triangle. And it's, again, Novosibirsk is the biggest city in this region, and it's located on the Old River. And so what he's talking about is that there was a transfer of coal and ores back and forth, and so this was a very important, and is a very important industrial region. Yeah, and also we talked about Novosibirsk as being central for, it's almost like a think tank kind of a place. Like in the United States, we have Research Triangle located in North Carolina. We also have a lot of internet activity that goes on in California, especially Northern California around San Francisco. And this is a big think tank area in Novosibirsk, sort of like almost an Area 51 in some cases too, where there's just a lot of intelligence there. And during the Cold War times, there would be, of course, the intelligence of the US that was kind of in contention and tense with the intelligence of the Soviets. And so a lot of that is, it's just really great universities and a lot of think tanks and a lot of intelligence there. How about the other or the other industrial region? Baikal. Baikal or Baikalia, that is the deepest, I believe it's the deepest rift lake in the world, and you can see it from space. So check it out, that's a huge lake. Note that it's narrow and long, so it runs roughly north to south, a bit canted, and it's super deep. So this industrial region does have to do with water activities. So what are some of the activities that are here? Lots of projects, young people go there for good paying jobs. Hydroelectric dam. So there's water, there's irrigation, there's farming, there's timber, there's nuclear facilities, hydropower facilities, lots of different things, lots of different jobs, lots of different activities going on there. So yeah, this is a really, I would love, as I was saying earlier, I would love to just get on the railroad and get on a car and travel all the way from Moscow to Vladivostok, because the Trans-Siberian Railroad runs through, and also the other one. The other railroad is the BAM, or the Baikal-Amur Main Line. Yeah. So that would be fun. I would enjoy that a lot. Now remember, this is quite rural, so this would be interesting. There would be not a lot of infrastructure as you go by. This would be real Russian ethnic territory. So traveling along, you would eventually get to Vladivostok. Okay, what's our next sub-region?
Siberia.